Welcome to Quick Tips. In today's video, we're going to look at the difference between pre and post fader sends. I've got a simple guitar track here with two sends set up. As I right mouse click on the first send, I can change it to post fader and the color changes. Now when I drop this fader, the level of the main guitar track and my two effect sends over there on the right hand side are also going to decrease. So they're reactive to the fader on the guitar track. However, if I change this back to pre, it goes back to a blue color. And now when I drop the fader, it's dropped the lead or the main track signal, and my effects channels are still happily bubbling away over here. And you can hear that signal still being sent to them. So we get the affected sound. It's a really neat type of effect because as I move this back up again, I'm introducing the direct signal. So now I can balance my effects around that. So the big difference really is that pre-fader means that our sends are going to be operating independently of our fader volume. So basically, the send is happening before the fader in the signal chain. When I go back to post, it's the opposite. So it doesn't matter if I raise the volume of these two faders, because as I lower my master fader on my guitar track, it's reducing the send that has been sent to my effects channels. To keep it simple and quick, both pre and post give us two different options for how we blend the original sound with the sends which are being sent to an effects channel. Thanks for taking the time to stop by and check this video out. Please subscribe to the Cubase YouTube channel and give us the thumbs up if you've learned something.